Hello everyone. So today we will discuss about one of the very important interview questions as from the linked list, which is how to detect loop in a linked list. So in my previous video, what all we have discussed so far. So let me tell you. So these are the questions which we have decided that these 7 questions, these 7 video I will upload on the linked list. Already we have discussed about find nth node from end of the linked list. Then we have discussed about reverse linked list iterative method, reverse linked list using the recursive method. Today we are talking about how to detect loop. So if you haven't watched previous video, please check out these videos because these are the basic and very important for the interview. All right, so let us jump to the problem, how to detect loop in a linked list. Now, first of all, what is the loop? So first of all, let's say this is the input we have, in which we will have one linked list. It can have cycle or not. We just need to find out, hey, does your input have cycle or not? So let's say here we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So in the last, the normal linked list will end after 60. Okay, 60 dot next will be null. But in this particular input, 60 dot next is pointing to the second node of the linked list, which is 20. All right. So output will be true because there is loop in the linked list. Now the question here is how to find the loop in the linked list. All right. So I would suggest please pause the video and just spend some time and comment out whatever thing is okay. So whatever approach which is coming to your mind. All right, I will just check out each comment and I will say, hey, this is the best approach. So please think for 5 minutes and see how you can solve the same problem. All right. So the first approach which is coming to my mind is, let me explain you. So we have this input, let's say 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now 4 is pointing to the second node. All right, output will be true. So the first approach which I can do is I can run 2 loops. So first variable will be starting from the first node, second variable will be starting from second node, and it will check, hey, are we meeting the first node again? Then you will start from the second node and the inner loop will start from the third node and so on. So quickly, let me show you the code. We can run 2 loops. Okay, that is the first point. Let's say node 1 is pointing to the head node. Node 2 will be the node 1 dot next. Okay, what will be the condition? We will keep running until these two are not empty. If node 2 is not null, it means that we came out of this loop because of node 1 and node 2 are same. Okay, it means there is loop. So just return true and you need to update the node 1 also. Node 1 will be node 1 dot next and node 2 we will update inside this loop. This is the very simple approach which every person should be able to solve. All right. Now, what is the problem with this approach? Problem is nothing, the time complexity issue is there. For the first node, we will run a loop for all the remaining nodes n minus 1. In the worst case, we are talking about. For second node, you will run the loop, inner loop will run n minus 2 times. Similarly, for third node, it will be n minus 3. And for nth minus 1th node, it will run only one time. All right. So if we want to calculate the time complexity, we need to add these many numbers. So it is nothing but a 1, 2, and minus 1 summation. Okay, and we know how to get the sum of 1 to n. We know formula n multiplied by n plus 1 divided by 2. So if you will see this thing, we are getting time complexity as the O of n squared. All right. So whenever you are running 2 loops, always time complexity will be of n square, where n is the length of linked list in this case. All right. Now, can we improve this approach? This is the simple approach. Yeah, right. So can we solve the same problem in less than n square time? Just again pause the video and think for some time. So yes, we can do that. How we can do that? So whenever you want to find that same element is already present, then we can use hash map, because hash map is used to is we use hash map whenever we want to find that, hey, what are the count of this number? Okay, how many times this particular element came into the array, right? So hash map can really help us in that case. So here also what we want that, because we are having the loop, it means once you will traverse the list, you will start from 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, you will come to node 2. So if you will say, hey, node 2 is already present in the hash map, it means this is the second time you are coming on the same node again. It means definitely there is loop. All right. So this is the approach. So what you will do, you will update hash map of 1 will be true, hash map of 2, 3, 4. Now from 4 you will come to 2, you will say, hey, hash map of 2 is already true. It means there is loop exist, right? So this is also very good approach, because here we are just running one loop, and time complexity of this approach is of length, where length is the length of linked list. Now the only problem with this approach is we are using extra memory just to store the data into the hash map. So space complexity will be same as the number of node in the linked list. All right. So this is about the space complexity. Now, still, can we improve this approach? Yes, we can improve that. So first approach we have discussed, which took O of n square time. Second approach we have discussed, which took O of length time complexity, but it is taking the space complexity as O of length also. So can we improve it much better, or can we decrease, can we solve the problem without using extra memory here? Yes, we can do that. So there is one famous concept called two pointers. Okay, two pointers. So these two pointers are slightly different from the array two pointers. Here we have different kind of pointers. So one pointer we are calling as the slow pointer, and another pointer we are calling as the fast pointer. So slow pointer means, as the name slow, it is slow. So it will always move one by one step at a time. But fast pointer, it is fast. So it will move two steps at a time. All right. So let me just explain you with the help of an example. Let's say we have the linked list 1, 2, and 3, 4, and from 4 we are coming back to 2 here. All right. So okay, let's say this is the linked list we have. Now first pointer will point to the first node of the linked list. Second pointer will point to the next of that. So which is 2. Now move the first pointer at one step each time. So once 1 to 2 it will go, then it will go 2 steps at a time. So 2 to 3 and 3 to 4. So it will be 4. Just compare, are these same or not? They are not same. Again move PTR one by one step. So from 2 to 3 it will reach. Now move 4 to the 2 steps. So from 4 to 2 is 1 and 2 to 3 is 1. So both are same. So if at a point PTR1 and PTR2 are same, it means there is a loop present in the linked list. That is very simple approach. All right. So let us quickly see the code of this one. We will take two pointers. One is your slow pointer, one is your fast pointer. Slow will be the first node, fast will be your second node. Okay. Now you will just run a loop until your fast is not null and slow and fast are not same. You will run the loop. If slow equals to slow dot next, and fast will be fast dot next dot next. So it means that we are moving fast pointer by 2 steps. Okay, it means that we are just moving slow pointer by 1 step, and this condition will take us out of the loop, and you will come here, you will compare these two. If they are same, definitely there was a loop in the linked list. Now okay, there are some condition we need to apply here, because it can be possible that fast dot next is null, so we cannot apply null dot next. So that part we will handle in the code, no worry. This is just for the explanation part. Okay, so very simple. Take two pointers, slow and fast, move one pointer by one step and another pointer by 2 steps each time. The point when they meet each other, it means there is a loop in the linked list, or else there is no loop. So let me quickly write down the code for this one. So this is the linked list. We have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 60 is pointing to the 20. Okay. So just to make a loop. So here I'm doing last node will be 60. 60 will point to the head dot next, which is 20. So we are just making the loop here so that we will get the output as the true or false. Now let me write down the logic here. Okay. So what I told you, we will take one slope pointer. Slope pointer will be nothing but your head node, and we will take one fast pointer. Fast pointer will be your, let's say, head dot next. All right. What we will do, we will run a loop. In the loop, we will just say, hey, fast is not equals to null. That is very important. Second condition, fast dot next should not be null, and then slow not equals to fast. Then we will do one thing is we will just increment the slow by slow dot next, and fast will be fast dot next. All right. Here, let us compare if slow equals to fast. Right. So if slow equals to fast, it means there is a loop in the linked list. So we will just print out. So let me just say loop is present. All right. Else you need to just say no loop is there. So 1 second, system dot. All right. Loop not found. Right. So this is the simple logic which we can apply here. Let us quickly run the code and we'll see. Hey, loop is present, right? Now let me just remove the loop from here. This is the line which is removed, which is marking the loop. So now we should not get the loop is present. Yeah, loop not found. Absolutely fine. All right, everyone. So this is how we can find a loop in the linked list, and these are the multiple approach which we have discussed here. And if you feel something is not clear, feel free to comment in the video, and I will be happy to address in my next video.